At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, should I leave Alice here or Pete the Poet from the Poets Lounge? Well, I'm doing some last minute preparation, some last minute preps for the new return Poets Lounge. As you can see, we're here in Phillipsburg at Axum Art Cafe. This is gonna be the new spot. Check us out, February 7th. We're back from 8 to 10 p.m. See you there.
Every year, TelEm connects multiple schools across the island of St. Martin. TelEm helps almost 25 schools stay connected to the internet, and they do it all for free. Approximately 5,000 students and educational staff in our community has access to the internet every day at school. By connecting them worry-free every day, year after year, we help reduce costs to education for institutions so that educators can concentrate on what they do best: educate and prepare the next generation. We understand that technology adds value to education in a big way, and this year we want to do even more. We want to connect students in other ways by giving them tools to help them succeed and stay connected. So this year, we have selected all the grade 5 and 6 students from the participating schools to be the recipients of special educational kits with access to discounted data plans. These kits include essential school supplies and a free data kit to help ensure this school year is a good one. We want to help students have access to the resources and knowledge afforded by the internet, as well as be able to stay in touch when needed with their parents and guardians. These data kits will have access to exclusive discounted data plans with reduced rates. These reduced rates will be exclusive to the students and staff of these schools. This way, both our students and educators can continue to stay connected and in touch at a more affordable and accessible rate. To all of the students, on behalf of TelEm, we want to wish you great endeavors and chase your dreams, because your dreams will come true once you put in the work. And to all of the teachers that do an amazing job with all of the students, we want to encourage you to continue doing that great job. On behalf of TelEm, stay connected, and we are out. Boom!
Special edition of the Late Night Show. How are you doing? Everything okay? Now, of course, today on the Late Night Show, we have our special guest, Bibi Shaw Hodge. Bibi Hodge Shaw? Bibi Shaw Hodge.
Anyway, home.
Anyway you want.
Do it anyhow you want.
Politics special edition too, because a lot is happening. You know, late nights been inconsistent for 2 days while we was on SMN, so I had to drag her on the Late Night Show. Bibi, how things?
It's good.
Yeah.
Technically good, but I just saw 2 videos that I kind of need to attack with. So at least we come in on late night.
Yeah.
When you had the crazy person.
You just had to put me on the spot. That's the way it is do. Okay, thank you, Bibi. Now, Bibi, this election that we just passed has been catastrophic. It's been ridiculous.
That's because people been buying votes. There is no fair and free election on St. Martin. And anybody tell me you got fair and free election in St. Martin, they need to come again. Because the things that I've heard that took place in polling stations and all over the place, the things that I've witnessed, I've seen around polling stations, you don't see it nowhere else in the world.
Yeah.
St. Martin is indeed
a special place.
A special place.
No, but I saw a video today circulating, and of course, the parties that are forming the government now the government now are the ones who circulating it because I see the supporters of them circulating it, which basically is them saying, oh, in the Netherlands, the king does not appoint informateurs and formateurs anymore. In the Netherlands, you have the parliament is the one that picks, because of the leading parties that come in is the one that creates the informateurs and the formateurs. So therefore, why are we not taking that from Holland and placing it here? And to me, it was I kind of started to smile about it, because I noticed that, now these four parties are going against the interference of the Dutch, because they're saying, but what does the governor really have the right to pick informateurs and formateurs? And these are the parties that are pretty pro-Dutch.
All right. They may be pro-Dutch, but whatever is happening now with informateurs is hindering them. It's
Yes.
against them. It's not beneficial to them.
Yes.
And so, of course, when things are not beneficial to you, then you find fault. But these are one of them parties right there. I could tell you last election, 2020, collect money from the Dutch so they could buy vote. You understand? So when they say they're pro-Dutch, they sit down in parliament, they did absolutely nothing for 4 years, come back, and however they get elected, God in heaven knows, but they get elected, you understand? And now the governor appoints an informateur to gather information. And I tell you this, Andrew, the appointing of a informateur is a little bit questionable. I myself question the appointment. While I would say I kind of understand the sentiments of the governor, I question the appointment of the informateur.
Why?
I'll tell you why. An informateur is appointed when there is no majority. In this case, you have 4 2x4 that forms a slim majority.
Eight,
Will it last? That's another question.
Yeah. But we had 8 for the past year and a half.
A year and a half, we had 8, but there are a lot of things in Parliament that happened that if you had a full majority of 10, 2/3 majority would not have happened. There are things that, for example, could not take place. You had to basically beg the opposition to support, for example, the budget amendments.
Yeah.
So there are things that with an 8-seat majority that will be hindered. Proper governing will not take place. And these are things that those politicians who got elected again, they'll tell you a lie. But you've seen it, you witness it, you see what happened. One of them gets sick, then, hey.
No quorum.
No quorum.
Moves on to the next day. Yeah.
So there are going to be things that are not going to run smoothly.
But what happened to the responsibility of every member of parliament having to go to work?
There's none. They don't go to work. They don't do nothing. They just collect a salary. They bark like they tell me on Pastillation Day when I ask them what they did over the last 4 years.
Keep government accountable.
Barking.
Yes.
By barking. And we tried to put a motion of no confidence. What about writing laws? What about legislations? What about doing many things that Parliament can do and get done? Keeping government accountable by barking? So is that what we expect the UP and the National Alliance to do for the next 4 years? Is this the way to run a country? Okay. Yeah. So I question the appointment of the informateur based on the fact that the only time you appoint an informateur, and not only within the Dutch kingdom, but anywhere, is when there is no majority. And in this case, there is a slim majority.
So you had to go straight to the highest getter in the 4 parties.
No, what the informateur normally do, they're supposed to go to the population, ask them, gather information, ask
from stakeholders.
Yes, what do you really want? What is it you're expecting? Because if they're not reading the results of the election properly, then they go back to the stakeholders, go back to the people, or some people, to see what exactly is the country looking for. So in that sense, because there's a slim majority, I question why appoint an informateur. But then again, Andrew, when you look at what an 8-seat majority, what can happen in Parliament, that when you don't have a quorum, when you need a 2/3 majority for anything, they're not there. You understand? They don't have it. all the things that can, be hindered in Parliament. I can see on that end why the governor decided, well, wait a minute, you have the two other parties that have the most seats. Nobody wants to work with them. They want this eight seat majority, when in fact they know that things will have hiccups in Parliament. So that side I understand, but the other side I don't understand.
You know.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's my thing with the informateur, the appointment of the informateur.
Now, the governing program, I'm sure is being worked out while February 10th comes around the corner, but it looks like there's this hiccup now when it comes to this contract business and Olivier Arenel and Kevin Mingret and the breakup, the public breakup. It looks like, if there's a relationship that you want in life, get you a Olivier, because he's going to be committed no matter what, and when you break his heart, everybody can know about it. So
Well, I don't know if he has a heart. He can be heartless. So sorry, Olivier, I said it. You're heartless. Let me go back.
wow.
Let's go back. Olivier sent out 2 videos, even though yesterday he said he done making videos after he gets jammed from this woman from French Quarter who told him exactly like it is.
Bye. First of all, sir, because you address me by young lady, I'm going to answer you. You in this game of discrediting people, and you call that strategy. That's the only power you have. Stay behind a phone and talk, so-called give advice. But advice to who? You like the sound of your own voice, man. But if you look at the situation, you're hurting bad. And that is understandable. However, you set your own self for disappointment. Why? You have said it many times that a political arena is a dirty playing field. But if you watch all your videos and pictures and voice note going around, you is just an ex-bandwagoner who need to be part of the elite. They don't want you. You want to be part of them. You speak about my IQ, and that's okay. You don't know my intellectual background. However, I have nothing to prove to you. Who's you? You're nobody. You are in your feelings. And remember that last name is not yours. You were acknowledged, big man. You call me hypocritical. But who is more hypocritical and contradicting yourself on voice notes and videos? Say one, say two. But you are a lonely man, child. That's why you was non-existent in St. Martin for over 10 years. Because you can't take a loss. Remember that talk show on Oral Gibbs? You are childish. And you have childish behaviors. If you don't get your own way, everything and everybody wrong. The people have spoken, yes. They want change. The same change you claim to have a hand in. Now let the elite, aka big boys them, handle the business. Right now, only uneducated people will listen to you. People with common sense will read between the lines. Where were you for the St. Martin people over 4 years that they were struggling? Oh shit, I forget you was in a Congo, eating your delicacy worms and smoking your cigars. You believe you the smartest man in the room. Huh? You want $10,000 salary for your contract? Or for who? Taxpayers' money who down here working hard? You forget what I call extortion. Extortion just to give advice. Give advice abroad in what, Congo and Santo Domingo? Stop extorting people. What will your advice be to him? Bring war in the land? You want a lawless land? Or your own aviations down here from the get-go? Huh? 1 minute you want it, and next minute you want justice. What you want? You live here, people thinking they forget. You so perfect and transparent, but you're trying to take people for fool. The locals who know you, they know you, my son. You spoke about loyalty. Remember, Gandhi said, quote, if you want to change the world, you gotta start with yourself. But that's saying you need help. You're narcissistic, self-righteous. Honestly, you're a mental unstable person, victimizing people. This is wrong. Huh? You're playing a victim game. You spoke about laws in St. Martin. You want help. You for the people. But you're tarnishing St. Martin Groenswet. For those who don't understand what a Groenswet is a constitution. You know what? With all that being said, I'm going to do like Chris and the elites. I'm going to give you your 15 minutes of fame. Have a blessing, the Congo, my son. Smoke a cigar on me.
One of those followers that was in the group that was formed by Tasha, not by Olivier Arndale. When he telling people that his WhatsApp group, what's St. Martin for Change or whatever its name is, his group, let it be known that that group was formed by a young lady from French Quarter. It was basically hijacked by Olivier Arndale and Quincy Rochester. So don't come out here tell people it's your group and you got 1,000
We
people.
with the receipts, boy. Jesus.
Okay, let's straighten stuff here and get it straight. You didn't form no group, you hijack a group. Okay, now I saw a video. He say, okay, he gonna make no more video, and then now he come out with 2 video attacking me and you, Andrew Dick and Emmanuel
And Lyndon Lewis
and Lyndon
and
Lewis
Brenda Brooks.
and
Basically, everybody he don't like, he put in a group.
for leaking or publishing his contract. Now let me take you down memory lane, partner, because it look like you got Alzheimer's or dementia. Okay? So let me take you down memory lane, because you're up the wrong street. When you gonna come telling me about fraud, when you are a con man and a crook, let me tell you good what I have to tell you. When you take out a photo in France and it was sent to us to publish that you and Lyndon Lewis signed a contract, it was made known that there was a contract. You and Lyndon Lewis made it public. Now, before that, the story of contract with your best buddy, Mingret, the numbskull that you say you get elected.
Jesus Christ.
Let me explain you. You forget about this nice video Mingret made telling people he didn't want your endorsement. You forget about the letter that up leader Rolando Bryson write you to denounce and make the contract null and void. That's how we know about the contract. Okay? So don't come with no Nancy story today. You hear me? Do not come with no Nancy story, because nobody here ain't got dementia nor Alzheimer's. You seems to have it. Your heart broken, that's your problem. If you're playing the people.
Drink some Clorox. Drink some Clorox.
Yeah, maybe he should.
Yeah.
He swigs down a mouthful of its contents. Only then he realized his mistake. He just chugged down bleach.
He just get on my nerve, and I have to really tell him what I have to tell him.
And don't forget, and this is the best part, he lied to you in this video stating that, B.B. Shaw, Andrew Dick, Christopher Emmanuel, Brenda Brooks, everybody he basically don't like are going against Kevin and so on.
But
Tell you we leak anything, you just decide to put it on the media, which one it is.
Look.
Because before we wasn't considered media, we were illegals.
look,
Now we are part of the media. And the best part is that this is the same man that came out with several videos saying, but Andrew Dick must be going crazy again because I don't know who Kevin Mingret is. I don't know Kevin Mingret. I never seen a contract. What contract? What they talking about? They're making up things, St. Martin, they're lying to you. This was 6 months ago.
yes, 6 months ago.
The man saying, Kevin, who, what? Are you making up things?
He told me personally.
I don't even go into the personal
Because I had a WhatsApp conversation with him. Because a very long time, he wants me to interview him, and I've rejected him on each and every occasion, the last time being January 2nd.
I wish I had listened to you.
Because on January 2nd, he asked me when I open up the live interviews for the politicians and candidates that I had here, he contacted me, he wanted to book a spot. I did put out a notification that people can book a spot, and I tell him no.
No.
Okay, he tell me I don't have 30,000 followers and I can get 30,000 followers. I said, no, I rejected you before and I rejected you again. I don't need you, okay?
Yeah.
I am not looking for votes, all right? Olivier Arndell, let me tell you something that nobody never tell you, okay? And let me breathe so I can tell it to you good.
Yes, breathe, baby, breathe, because we need you.
In 2007, Olivier, you ran on a slate called the Democratic Labour Party with the late leader, Johan van Heiningen. Back then, in 2007, before St. Martin obtained its status, the late Johan van Heiningen got 33 votes. His son, Mitchell van Heiningen, got 11. You, Olivier Arndell, got 20 votes. And Sahel Richardson got 5.
Shul Richardson.
Yeah, Shul Richardson, who have 5 votes. That was the 4 candidates. Now, you saying that you could get so much vote, you get vote for Linden, you get vote for Mingret.
And for Chris.
And for Chris. Why the hell you don't put your name on a slate and come back? People know you're number 1 can man. They know who you are. They know what you're about. But still, you're getting all these votes for other people. Back then, you got 20 in 2007. My advice to you is that if you so love politics and you so love St. Martin, come back and put your name on a slate.
Yeah, whenever we have elections.
Whenever there's election, and I predict there's election maybe less than 6 months from today.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Come back to St. Martin. You are registered while you're living in Congo and Santo Domingo. But since you're born here and you claim to be a St. Martino, the young lady yesterday make it for know that you are a Haitian descendant and you're from Haiti. So maybe I have to remind you, and I'm a Guyanese.
And
So
I'm from Suriname, not Guyana. So
Okay?
just saying.
So I have to tell you, you love us so much, you love election, you're winning election in Congo, you're going to win election in Dominican Republic. Come, put your name on the slate and win the election here.
You know, the man said you're going to be the
Prove
next
us
prime
all
minister.
wrong.
You're going to be the next prime minister.
Prove us wrong. You said you're going to be the next prime minister and not the Curacao man or the Curacao doctor that you put your candidate to sign on to it. And when they kick you out, all of a sudden he became the worst Curacao man.
He's no good. He's from Curacao.
He's no good.
Mm-hmm.
What I need to tell you is that if you so love St. Martin, and this is with no joke, this with no bones, Olivier, come back, St. Martin, you're still registered, and put your name on a ballot. That's if anybody wants you. But if nobody wants you, then you could do like ECE, Nigel Wigley, and go alone.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. Now, you said silence is deafening. One of your posts on SMN News that got a lot of hits because you were talking about the 2x4 coalition, besides the Now Party, being a bit silent about this whole situation. And they are basically saying, it's a Now problem. It's not our problem. We good. It's now have to deal with it. What did you mean by the post?
You know, Andrew, there's chaos in St. Martin. Olivier creating a storm in the teapot. A lot of nonsense, just like he did with Silveria, Utley, Duran, and everybody else.
Yeah.
And post-election, with all this nonsense, because there is a fallout between him and his candidate or him and the Now Party. And here you have 3 other political parties
Who boast of integrity.
who boast of integrity,
Boast of openness.
Openness and transparency. They're dead silent. When if Mengret did like he did with come out with a fancy video and denounce Olivier, technically denounce Olivier, send him a letter and say, listen.
For the second time.
No, for the second time, and say, I don't want your endorsement, I'm done with you. But 10 days later or 9 days later, he jumped ship. What if he goes independent? You know? Then what? Your coalition done. The ship sink. You guys sit down, quiet, saying nothing, looking on.
No press
and
releases.
Probably praying to say it's going to stop
They're going to fix it. Yeah, they're going to fix it. We're going to just ignore him.
No problem.
Yeah.
You understand?
And the last time somebody ignored him, the small parties end up getting into government.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think going to happen when he comes in after the small parties? Think about it.
If he can go after Emmanuel with whom he called. He went and he pulled candidates from the up, sorry. He went and picked Mingret from the up,
Yeah.
picked Lyndon Lewis from the up, and he had them run on the now because at the time now was struggling to get candidates.
Yeah.
You understand? And let's call a spade a spade. There's lots of political party on the island, 8 of them, and 8 to find 23
Candidates, yeah.
candidates. It's difficult. So now apparently was struggling with getting candidates, and he went and he picked the apples from other people's backyard. He thieved back basically,
And we the fraud.
and we're the fraud. He thieved, and he went and he put them by now. Then everything was okay.
Everything was kosher.
Everything was nice. I remember Emmanuel saying on a radio show, he doesn't see anything wrong with the
Anybody could endorse anybody.
with the endorsement.
It's okay.
Probably he didn't see this coming.
He saw it coming.
Was naive.
He just wanted to get the 2 seats.
Yes, he wanted the 2 candidates and he went ahead with it. Now today, you're cussing Emmanuel, you're aligning me with Emmanuel, you're aligning this bar with Emmanuel, aligning everybody because you and he follow.
Go jump off a pig parody.
You went up pig party, you should have jumped over.
I don't understand.
You understand? Whatever went up in the hill, your zombies, like you said, working in Congo, really backfire because they ain't working at all.
What consequence do you think this would have on the swearing in of Kevin Mingret?
I don't know if any, because
Sir Martin?
Article 56 of the Constitution have been violated.
Yeah.
And the governor cannot necessarily tell or say, I'm not going to swear in Kevin Mingret.
Yeah, because he's
His
been
job
duly
is-
elected, yeah.
He's just, Julie, you forget there's a residual seat yet?
He get elected.
Stop it.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
MP elect, whatever.
Whatever MP elect means, got people with 80 something vote and 100 vote can become MP elect, so it's okay. I don't know if the governor can actually stop the process of the swearing in, but after he swear in, he ain't got a problem, and I could tell he don't know. Because the minute he swear in with Article 56, he have committed perjury.
Yeah.
And then our partners by the Lancashire will come knocking on his door. So Kevin Mingret, anyhow you're turning it, you're goose cook.
Now, if you look at the issues legally, and I thought the UP was the one with the problems, but now if you look at the NOW party, you got Christophe Emmanuel under investigation for 2 cases.
Two investigations.
You have then, of course, the suspended member of parliament and soon to be former parliament, Claudius Boncampo, who still has a appeal case in The Hague.
That's
right?
a buy time.
I-
That's a Supreme Court
I
thing
know.
that just check procedures. That's just a buy time.
But he buying time.
He buying time.
Then after that, you have Lyndon Lewis, who also has a contract with Olivier Arenel. However, he has distanced himself.
Both of them distance themselves too late. Because Lyndon Lewis only distanced himself after election, post-election. During election, the contract
The
was...
man wanted votes.
He wanted votes. And like he told me, that he didn't have money to campaign. It is this man who's going to campaign for him and get the votes that he needs. He forget, I
And
have...
he get 10 votes less
Yes.
than what he normally gets.
Yeah, well, because that's what you call stupidity. You understand? You cannot be jumping ship here, there, and everywhere. Lyndon Lewis started off on what? The USP?
Yeah, USP.
The
USP first, yeah.
He left with Bryson. After Bryson left, he left the USP. He went to the UP. He contested the election there, and then now you're gone to the now. And, you know, it's hard, and it's even hurtful that I have to tell Lyndon this publicly. Lyndon has been an admirable officer that I know for a very long time. As a matter of fact, he grew up right at the back of where I live, the same street. I know this young man, always well-dressed and all kind of thing, been involved with a lot of police officers, unionism, and all kind of thing. Even though he win cases and not back at work and can get back to work for whatever reason, which I don't want to go into. I've heard a lot of stories, a lot of things that he can't get back at work. Now, you're trying to think at politics, and Lyndon comes from a very big family. He has a lot of people in French Quarter. He's a big family. He has a lot of people on the Dutch side, being part of the police force of over 700 people.
And immigration, he did immigration also.
He did immigration. Well, the police force and everything, KPSM, justice. They have over 700 employees, and still Lyndon cannot get elected for the 3 or 4 times he take a dash at politics. I think it's time for Lyndon to sit back and reflect and see where have I gone wrong and try to correct that. Understand? So trying to get a Ministry of Justice, a Minister of Justice position that is promised to him, or probably trying to get him in this contract is going to be something that's going to come up during the screening. Whether he passes or not, I don't know what's going to happen there. It's St. Martin. Anything is possible. He got more than 1 verdict that he's supposed to be back at work, and he's still not back at work. You understand?
Yeah, but they don't want him. They don't want him back at work. That's a different story.
So this is what I'm saying. Even though he have verdicts that reinstated him, he's not back at work.
Yeah.
So if they want to keep you out, they will keep you out.
That's true.
You understand? So they might put you in as a Minister of Justice just to make a mockery out of you, and it's a sad thing to say. And like I said again, because Lyndon, when they put you in as a Minister of Justice today, tomorrow they are going to, if you do anything, they're going to put a motion of no confidence on you. It has happened before, and if you don't have godfathers in there, they're not going to save you.
And you can't go back to Parliament because nobody gonna move for you.
Nobody's going to move for you. So there is things happening that, it's very, very sad. Talking about this part with Lyndon, it touches me because this is a young man I know very well.
Yes.
And I know him very well. He's somebody that I admired over the years. You understand? Yes, you hear a lot of stories. They have a lot of stories about me. They have stories about you.
Definitely.
They have stories about everybody.
Yeah.
You understand? But he's somebody I admire, somebody I always respected. But I see your political career going down. It's going down the drain. And for whatever reason, I don't know, but I do believe you need to sit down and reflect and see where have you gone wrong and try to see if you can fix that. That's the only advice I can give him at this moment.
Now, after him, you have the candidate from Belvedere, Giovanni Gomes, that is 80-something votes. That might be a possibility that he will be coming in after you go after the bubble list of the 4 candidates.
But that's the guy that they had they beat up in Belvedere.
No. That's the Weaver guy. That's another guy. Yeah, this is Giovanni Gomes. That's somebody else.
Okay.
So it's a pretty interesting, but it's 4 candidates down the line that you have to basically skip because of some issue.
Yeah.
It's not a good start for the No Party, but let's see how far it gets. Now, when we come back, we are going to talk about crime and politics. This is what I want to hear about from Bibi for sure.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it's going to be good. We'll be right back.
Carl & Sons has delicious food to fit your lifestyle and go easy on your pockets. Carl & Sons, your #1 spot for breads, pastries, cakes, sandwiches, breakfast, and lunch. Check out Carl & Sons today on Pondville and in Coal Bay.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it.
But Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TelEm has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey Tash, you hear about TelEm new postpaid plans?
Another thing that we have to talk about, welcome back, is of course we here with BB Shop SMN News, the number one, believe it or not, news source in St. Martin because, yeah, she gets hits on hits. She doesn't brag about it, so I'll brag for her. Bibi, when it comes to the crime and politics that's happening, the arrest, the politicians finally having to go to the point blanche, even though there's no space, they're making space for who they want. Theo Heiliger is the first one that went to prison last week after coming to an agreement with the prosecutor office, admitting to bribery and other charges, I believe about $17 million, but he was able to make a settlement agreement for $5 million to pay back to the country, St. Martin, and go to prison for 5 years, 2.5 for good behavior, I believe, or less. The rumor of, Theo is getting special treatment in Point Blanche. The rumor of Theo Heiliger is trying to tell this government that as soon as they come in, the Minister of Justice would have to give him a bracelet and so on. We try to debunk it. We debunked this whole rumor on SMN Live video a couple of days ago. But it's always good to bring things back so that we could put it in perspective. Bibi, your take on the rumors that's going on right now when it comes to Theo Heiliger in Point Blanche, because it looked like we don't have nothing else to talk about.
Andrew, in Point Blank prison, if Theo Heiliger is getting special treatment, he's not the first, and he'll definitely not be the last. Theo Heiliger has a connection to the St. Martin community. Every prisoner in there, if they're not from Timbuktu, they know Theo Heiliger. He was a very friendly guy. As much as you might cuss him, you might tell him what you want, he sees you on the road, he will talk to you.
Correct.
Yes. Even if he doesn't want to, he will talk.
Yeah.
So you find being in a population where he doesn't necessarily want to be there, but he's there. He is friends with everybody.
Yeah. No enemies like that.
I understood Theo Heiliger is moving around very freely in the prison. Even though he is being held in the sick bay, he has access to the entire prison, even in a general population. Nobody does him anything. And that I'm very happy for. Because you don't want nobody hurting anybody.
Correct.
Or even holding malice against anyone. Theo Heiliger, I understood, and this is what I'm hearing, I haven't been there, is that he is the chief advisor now to everybody in there. Prison guards are asking to talk to Theo Heiliger, to ask him a question, people that are having problems with their salaries or their skills, or they're not happy with the working environment, the fact that the prison's on the staff, the man that they're talking to is Theo Heiliger. So I think in that way, he's serving a purpose by being a mentor and talking to people. You understand? Likewise, the prisoners, they're talking to him the same way. Now, I don't know about his 40-inch TV. If they give him a 40-inch TV, maybe I'll have to take a visit to the prison to see if that is true, because in St. Martin, everything is said and it becomes like facts.
Yeah.
It's all shit and nonsense.
Yeah.
Like Olivier said, we leaked documents. When they, in fact, the talk about these documents were way out before. So the story about Theo having a TV, I can say I don't know. I would not say it's not the truth. The other thing is, almost every prisoner got a cell phone in prison. So if Theo have a cell phone, what's the problem? Everybody, all of them have.
Yeah.
You understand? Every time they raid the prison, they find their cell phone. They find makeshift.
Shift?
No, makeshift
Knife
and all these kind of different things. Okay, so the prison is always a place where you'll find stuff, illegal stuff. A telephone, they might say he have one. I can't doubt, and I wouldn't put it past him having a telephone. This man have been in government from since he was a very young man. He have been there. There are people who got helped by him, people who visit him. He go around in bars and clubs and meet with these people. So I do not expect Theo Heiliger not to have friends or have favors in prison.
Yeah. So basically, and that's why I was telling BB yesterday too, when we have a conversation, is like, and so what? Like,
yeah,
he took the higher road by admitting.
He admitted. Now
he went in.
You have people, and I don't mean to cut you. You have people who going just to the Supreme Court to buy time.
Yeah.
You understand? And to prolong their case because they don't want to go to jail or they don't want to pay back. Theo Heiliger did appeal his case, but before that hearing could have called, Theo Heiliger did some self-thought, reflection, and what he did, he went and admit, and he said, yes, I did this, I did that, I did the other, and he worked out a deal. When he was served to go in there, a lot of people feel, yeah, he was served just after the election. That was the agreement. After they gave him just after the election, so he can campaign for his wife, he can witness election.
And they didn't have to. And they didn't have to.
They didn't have to. From the day he made the deal, they could have said, no, you're going in tomorrow.
Correct.
They gave him after the election. The day after the election, they serve him. Be content. Theo Heiliger make up his mind to go and serve his time.
Leave him alone.
Leave the guy alone. Leave the guy alone.
We leave him alone. Like, it's over.
I'm talking this to Olivier Arnold. Why are you creating a mountain out of a molehill with lies to say that ministers of justice through the ankle bracelet policy is going to let Theo Heiliger out? I mean, we spoke about this on SMN News Live, and I'm going to say it again. No minister of justice, whether it's Lyndon Lewis, whether it's Gibson, whether it's Malika, whoever it is, okay, coming in as minister of justice, they cannot take out Theo Heiliger from prison. Theo Heiliger have to sit out 2/3 of the 5 years, 2/3 of the time, before he can become eligible for parole. Stop creating lies and a mountain out of a molehill. You took that guy distress and you made it videos upon videos trying to fool St. Martin people. The only person you're fooling is yourself. People are no longer gullible.
Franz Richardson yesterday got a verdict from the appeal court, basically reinforcing and actually getting more time for the crimes that he committed, according to the prosecutor, several years ago. Now, he is supposed to now, I'm sure, appeal again and then go to the High Court.
Then you have to call Yaira Bloom to see if he did file an appeal.
Yeah, we should. But I'm just saying, if he does, then what now? I mean, so we have another year or a year and a half based on the schedule of the High Court because they have a bunch of cases. So you get another year just so that you don't have to go in 10 months.
That's if he appealed.
That's if he appeals.
That's if, because I haven't confirmed if he appealed. I got a press release from the prosecutor office who normally don't send out no release. They just have things there sitting down and they lime in and relaxing, you know. So we get a press release after we bust them up the other day.
Yeah.
And telling us about this verdict. Now, in the case of France, whether he appealed or not, we got to see, you know. But my thing is, what have the supervisory board of BTP did during the time when they claimed that he committed all these crimes? And you know who was one of the board members?
Jesus, I don't want to know, Bibi, because you're going to tell me. I don't want to know.
You know who was one of the board members?
Bibi, please.
MP-elect Samira Roseberg.
Here we go.
And here again, she was his lawyer. She defended him in court. My question is, what did the supervisory board do to avoid these kind of things?
I'm so sorry.
Politicians only. Like Ludmilla say, if they only stop thieving for 1 year, what happened?
St. Martin will be a better place.
Okay, so my thing is, what did the BTP board do? to avoid the things that happened there. I wasn't there. I just got to read what the prosecutor said and what the lower court said. But what I would tell you, if the appeal court increased the amount of time and the ban from 3 to 5 years, it tells you it is 3 judges. In the lower court, there was 1. You could say he was biased, he was this, he was that. But now you got 3 judges that deliberated on this and decided, no, this is not enough.
The evidence was damning.
The evidence was damning. So I wouldn't only blame Frank Richardson as a politician and a member of parliament.
But everyone involved.
But everybody, the board, the BTP has had supervisory boards. You understand?
But she eventually resigned, Bibi.
And she eventually went after I published it. Okay? After I published it.
Your memory good, boy.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you, I don't have Alzheimer's. Right? Now, what I'm saying is that Frank Richardson is not the only one that dropped the ball here. He might have benefit, but Frank Richardson wasn't in there doing this thing. It is the people that did it for him or with him.
Okay, but Bibi, hold on.
You know?
So, the difference between Free Theo, he should get an ankle bracelet, we should put him out, and nobody coming out for Franz Richardson. You don't see some type of hypocrisy in that, in any sense?
They
or
pick
is
up
it?
Franz Richardson yet. He could still appeal and stay another year out. He ain't there nowhere.
Yeah, but he go
Wait
eventually.
Wait on that time.
Oh, so wait for that time. Okay.
Yeah, wait for that time. 'Cause I don't know what they're thinking. France could well decide, listen, I got my partner up there, going to go play ballot, and let's me sit out for my 10 months. You understand? Man say, let's...
Not even chess, not even dominoes, bullet.
Bullet.
Yeah.
I ain't
I know
gonna tell
the
him
game.
pick up soap, but tell him go play bullet.
I get it. I get it.
So what I'm saying is that we don't know where this is going with France. France could well appeal, and he could well decide, listen, you know what? I'm spending too much money on lawyers. I'm having excessive stress on my family and my children.
I want to get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. And he may well decide, let me go and sit down my 10 months and, keep Theo company and then come back out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
In and out.
And this is something, and then again, it would be 2/3 of 10 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what if you want to full 10 months?
No, it wouldn't be a full
At least
10
in 3 months, quick.
No, it would be more than 3. But what I'm saying is that you say nobody coming out for Frank Richardson. No, the time hasn't reached it yet.
So when it reached, then we cross that bridge.
If he decide that, well, listen, I'm not going to appeal, I'm going to sit out my time, and then they serve him with a summons and tell him, or they went to pick him up and say, listen, you got to check it, then you see the population reaction. You understand?
All right. Now that the dust has settled, finally, the silence from the other parties is deafening. The question is, what would the role of the opposition parties be, which is the UP and the National Alliance? Because clearly, they've been coming out a little bit, and they've been pretty big about it. You have the new leader of the UP. You have Atwell Irion yesterday on radio said that the CFT asked what the hell is happening with the 2024 budget. And now the excuse is, well, we want the budget to have the input of the new parties coming in. So therefore, we just going to leave it on the desk. And when they come, they could make it how they want. Yeah.
Listen.
So you agree with that?
I agree with him. Totally. Put them to do some actual work. They sit down in parliament, collect 10,000 every month. They had 9 faction staff, all kind of monies they burden the country with. Now they come in, put them to do some work. Then they could do it better.
Yeah, but the new Minister of Finance have a lot of work ahead of him, because you have to bring the 24...
Including the 2024 budget.
And then start to work on the 2025.
Yes.
Do you think...
It's not an ideal situation, but when you have been criticized by people all along, every time.
For 4 years.
For 4 years. And, you never did nothing right.
Helping the people.
They will do over the budget. I remember when Carlings went in, he scrapped the whole budget and do over the budget.
Start over the budget,
And then give Bearing Point a nice contract. These are things that happen. It's politics, and it will happen again, depending on who in there. I know, Andrew, you don't forget. You don't remember these things.
I remember. I just don't mention them.
Oh, you have to. This is our job.
Yeah, but maybe sometimes you gotta give them some space. Give them some
They
space to
got
work.
space where to live. You come in my space for space. You can't come in my space for space. No matter what.
So, which one of the members of parliament are you looking forward to hearing on the floor of parliament? Because we're the only ones who does really cover the parliamentary meetings, the long ass parliamentary meetings. But which ones are you looking forward to hearing? Because
I want to hear from Chris. I'm accustomed hearing from Chris.
yeah, but no, he is in government.
No, but he gonna start criticizing your own ministers. I want to hear from Chris. I really
You
want.
really think so?
Yes, I want to see you can spin it.
You know Chris already.
He can spin it, so I want to hear from
He
him.
will find a way to always bring it back to National Alliance, to bring it back to up.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Well,
their fault.
This is what politics is all about.
Yeah.
The only body, and there's somebody I'll miss in Parliament, somebody that really speaks and bring proof to the table and work, bring solutions to the problems in St. Martin is Rolando Bryson.
Yeah, I
He's no longer there. It's the people's choice. And I think the only body you have left that I can listen to, it will be Chris, and maybe hearing how much more teeth St. Martin have from Ludmilla. Because now she's in government, she has access to the books. Somebody that is very
Oh
good
my
at
God.
numbers, you understand? She
Yeah.
peruse the books.
And she going to, and you know,
tell us.
she gonna comb everything with a fine comb.
She will tell us. That's
You think
for sure.
you think this government going to fix the GB problem and airport and port and tourists and everything gonna be great from now on?
You know, people dream a lot. They're gonna fix everything election time. When they get in there,
Maybe you're killing me, man.
listen,
Oh.
they fix everything election time. God, they're good at fooling people. But when they get in there,
Action time.
different story altogether. So
Your advice to
GB,
the GB.
GEB, I see yesterday they published the positions that they are going to now.
They're looking for CFO.
CEO.
They looking
There's
for
3 C's, right?
Yes.
And they change up the tour a little bit because I look at it. So you're looking for competent people, and I hope they get it. And
Another
when
salary.
this government get it, depending on who it is that they appoint them, but also the board I'm going to look at too, because I expect when the new government come in, they're going to start shuffling the board members of these companies.
But you know they could send Veronica over to GB because USM going to be.
Why is she's minister of VSR?
I don't know. It's all over.
Veronica she worked at GB for 4 years or 5 years. I don't remember how much.
Yeah.
Appointed by Maurice Lake. I know she had a tough time there.
Very tough.
Because the others didn't work really well with her.
Yeah.
But I think Veronica is a hands-on person, especially when it comes to GB, because she worked for years.
She worked there, so she knows the system, and she won't have to get
not
her.
the system only. She worked for years with Theo Heiliger when he was Minister of Romy. And from there, she went to GB and she worked there. Even though she didn't receive cooperation or whatnot, she has an idea as to what's going on there.
Thank you so much. I don't know what's going to happen after this show. Hopefully, everything's going to be still, intact and people don't cry too much.
That Olivier Arndel, he just sent out a video. He said, that's your last. Do me a favor and make it your last. At least this time, live up to your word.
Can we get 100 days?
No.
Give us 100 days now.
100 days? You're going to give Kevin 100 days. I don't need 100 days. I need you to come back when there's an election and be the man you said you are and get the votes that you want, whether on a one-man party, two-man party, whatever party, and postulate. But for now, you're not a candidate. You got a contract. I understand you're hurt.
Emotional damage.
Because you can't get the money and you can't get, or maybe are you giving us a sham? Who knows? Until this whole swearing thing takes place. Maybe you're trying to play us again. But you just said this is going to be a last video. Live up to that.
And that's going to be on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, thank you so much for watching special edition of Politics. BB Shaw, smnnews.com. smnnews.com. Follow them on Facebook, YouTube, all over the place, and get your latest information there. When it comes to news, when it comes to political satire, the late night here is we're here for you. All right, thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a
Bye
good one.
bye.